and has been the leading scorer for Georgia Tech. First of two meetings this season between the Yellow Jackets and the Tigers. 143rd meeting all time, a series that dates back to 1912.
These games have always been close. They've always been intense. It's been a fierce rivalry.
Ron Groover, Jeffrey Anderson, Tommy Morrissey, the officials today, as Clemson controls the opening tip. Georgia Tech into its funhouse with trick mirror defense. And P.J. Hall finding Ian Shefflin down low. Clemson's got bigs who can really dish the ball. And Hall and Tyson, as we look at the starting lineup for Georgia Tech, a couple of changes. Kyle Sturdivant had a season high in points Saturday. He gets the nod in the starting lineup. Tristan Maxwell had a big game as well. He's in there. We'll see Davon Smith and Debo Coleman come off the bench.
I was surprised to see Georgia Tech open with their zone. Normally, Josh likes to save it.
Sturdivant from the outside, following up that 13-point performance against Alabama State. Starting five for Clemson, one key piece missing. That's Alex Hemingway. Day-to-day with plantar fasciitis. Out today is P.J. Hall. Knocks down the jumper, and it was Shefflin getting the start in Hemingway's place, who had the first basket for Clemson.
Well, against the zone, P.J. Hall is really critical. They've gotten the ball twice. He scored once and assisted on the second time. They really look for him to get the ball in the paint against the zone.
Here comes Jalen Moore, who's been coming into his own of late. 13.5 points over his last 6.
One of the things Georgia Tech likes to do is a lot of dribble handoff, a lot of movement, so they can get some penetration in the paint.
Hunter lined it up, instead passes it off, and Hall lost it. First turnover of the game. Brad Brownell, all-time winningest coach at Clemson, closing in on 400 wins for his career, 4 away. Josh Pastner on the sideline for Georgia Tech as the three falls for Miles Kelly, 37% from deep.
Just like on cue, Kelly is a guy that can really catch and shoot, and he's so versatile because he's also learned to put it on the floor.
Hunter Tyson rattles in and out. Hall the offensive rebound and goes to work down low.
P.J. Hall does an outstanding job in the post area. He's not the most athletic, but he's smart. He can shoot the ball and extremely skilled.
Josh Pastner likes to say this is a team that doesn't have a star, but the star is the team. As Rodney Howard crashes to the rim, he's coming off a double-double over the weekend.
Well, one of the things, both of these two teams really share the basketball, and I think that's the strong point for both of them. I think the strength is in the numbers and not necessarily in the individuals.
Brevin Galloway, sixth-year grad transfer from BC. Shot clock is down to 10. Shefflin driving on Maxwell. Dumps it off. Hall beats the shot clock.
Hall is the key because he can catch the ball in the paint and make decisions with it.
Sturdivant misfires. Here comes Hunter. He's really adapted to that point guard role this season and able to draw the foul. Josh Pastner now in his 7th season at Georgia Tech, and he was telling us over the weekend before the Alabama State game to fire up his team. He submerged his head in an ice bucket, and he said, hey, listen, it was crazy, but it worked.
Well, he's a very emotional guy, and his players really enjoy playing for him. With this zone, what Georgia Tech tries to do is make you be stagnant. And the one thing Clemson has really worked on is moving the ball and not being stagnant. They get a lot of flashes in the middle.
Hunter lines it up. It doesn't go. That's something to watch, Perry. Clemson's the best three-point shooting team in the ACC. Georgia Tech is the best at defending the three.
And one of the reasons Georgia Tech is so good is because they do change their defense. There you see right there, good slip, finish to the basket, and that's the way that Georgia Tech likes to attack. That's Howard. He's the big post guy, and he gives Georgia Tech a real presence inside. And as they get deeper into the ACC, they're going to need that size.
The foul was on Shefflin, his first.
In the man-to-man, Georgia Tech likes to operate from the elbow.
Kelly's three not there. Offensive rebound and put back by Jalen Moore. You don't see too many offensive boards by this Georgia Tech team.
No, but this Georgia Tech team is really athletic. They're about 6'6" across the line, except for the 6'11" Howard. But they really rebound the ball very well when they're successful.
Sturdivant drops it off to Kelly. Down the lane. Howard down low, doesn't get the bounce. And the rebound by Tyson. Josh Pastner wanted to push down low. Hall's got 6 early. And Middlebrooks getting ready to check in for Clemson. And 2 more for P.J. Hall. He's up to 8. And Georgia Tech turns it over.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Jalen Moore right now is going to get into a fast start. There you see him with a great offensive rebound, great finish. The Jackets are really dominating the glass.
Switch to Boost Mobile this holiday season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone featuring a quad camera and 6.6-inch display. Powered by one of America's largest 5G networks. Switch to Boost and unleash your power.
What will you do? What will you change? Will you make something better? Will you create something entirely new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with the tools and expertise you need to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. That could save you thousands. That's more road trips, more spa days, more of what you love. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase, you get exclusive savings when you refinance with Rate Drop Advantage. That's more cash in your pocket. Save when you buy today and refinance tomorrow. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
Where can you get great appliances this holiday? Backed by our price promise every day. Lowe's, actually. The final days of Winterfest are here. Save now before they're gone.
Are you kidding me? Is that for me?
How?
Oh, can't wait to see what you got your mother.
The BMW Road Home Sales Event. On now. Receive a credit of up to $3,250 on select models now through January 3rd.
Unc, that's my piece of the shakaroni. That's the biggest one we make.
They'll donate $1 from every shakaroni to the Papa John's Foundation.
Dang, that's huge. If the hoop was as big as that pizza, maybe you'd have made some of your free throws. Somebody save me a slice. Where'd he come from?
This bowl season, Sling has the channel lineup to channel your college football. From the bowl games to the national championship. Stream the games you love for the best price with Sling TV.
The game within the game tonight, Coach. 3-point shooting. One team does it extremely well. One team defends the arc extremely well.
And I think that's why you saw Georgia Tech come out in a zone that they normally wait, because they really wanted to take Clemson's 3-point shooting away. And what Tech will try to do is give you a different look so you don't get comfortable. And for Clemson, they like transition, and so far they really haven't been able to get in transition, but they have been able to penetrate the zone.
What's the key for Clemson in attacking that Georgia Tech zone?
Oh, they found it. Give the ball to P.J. Hall and let him go to work. I mean, he's done a great job. He's getting the blow right now, but attacking the middle at that zone.
Hall's got 8 of the 10 Clemson points. Ben Middlebrooks comes in to spell P.J. Hall. Here comes Galloway.
P.J. says, when I got 8 points, I'm not sure I really need a break yet, Coach.
Shefflin turned it over. All had that right knee surgery back in July and has been still working his way back. Not quite 100% just yet as we get a foul.
But as much motion as Georgia Tech does, and Josh Pastner does a great job with that, they really do a good job of attacking the basket, so they're not constantly on the perimeter.
Tristan Maxwell, dad was Vernon Maxwell, NBA champion with the Houston Rockets.
Great player.
Pretty good backcourt. He, Kenny Smith. Jalen Moore with the feathery touch.
You know, and what Georgia Tech has done, they really attack the elbows, and they get a lot of slot drives because slot drives are hard to get help and defend upon.
Shefflin inside, has to give it up. Tyson lines it up, clanks it off the back iron. Here comes Sturdivant.
Sturdivant is so good at setting things up. He really understands the offense and gets the ball where it needs to go.
Aerospace engineering major, Kyle Sturdivant. Maxwell lets it fly, too strong. Hunter the rebound. Clemson looking to push. And Hunter denied, has to give it back up.
You wonder why Tech does so well against the three defensively and get back in transition so well.
Middlebrooks bullies past Howard.
I tell you, this Clemson front line has really started to come on, and their win against Penn State, I thought they did an outstanding job battling Penn State on the glass and denying them a lot of in-close shots.
Offensive rebound, Moore nearly had it knocked away. Keeps it in bounds. And he was able to call a timeout to salvage the possession. Will Step his shot, a 30-second timeout by Georgia Tech.
Now ADT installs Google Nest devices, which can mean more peace of mind on your next date.
Erica is at the front door doorbell.
Know when the babysitters arrive with familiar faces.
Hey, Erica, come on in.
On your way out, secure your home with voice control.
Hey Google, set ADT to arm stay.
And if you miss the kids, just check in. Now everyone can get peace of mind from ADT with the helpfulness of Google.
Frantic pace early. Here on a Wednesday night in Atlanta, McCamish Pavilion, the setting. Clemson comes in having won 3 of 4. Tigers 9-3 overall. Georgia Tech coming off a win over the weekend against Alabama State. And they got pasted by North Carolina prior to that. Much like last year, the ACC has taken its lumps in non-conference, but we saw the teams in league play really improve, and that showed in the NCAA tournament a year ago.
Yeah, but it hasn't been any real bad losses, I think, non-conference. I think they've really stepped up and played a lot of really good teams. You know, North Carolina, they talked about them early, but the teams that they lost to are going to beat a lot of teams, and most of them will be in the NCAA tournament.
And still a ton of experience on that UNC team. Caleb Love, Armando Bacot, the usual suspects back.
Don't feel sorry for them.
Good matchup here. Kelly against Hunter. And nothing there for Kelly. Out of bounds to Clemson. Now we get a brotherly love backcourt here. It's Dylan Hunter and Chase Hunter, number 1, number 2. Chase in his 4th season with Clemson, their leading scorer. Dylan, a freshman and a highly touted one. He's got the ball now, number 64 in the ESPN 100.
Well, he really wanted to come and play with his brother. That's just a lot of respect. And also seeing a great job Coach Burnell has done with his brother in his development.
Tyson over Lance Terry, contested J.
Tyson is one of the better shooters in the ACC.
And we get a foul on Debo Coleman away from the ball.
I mean, he can put the ball on the floor. A lot of people think he just catch and shooting. He really isn't. He can go create his own shot. He's very clever with using his body and creating space.
Tyson's putting together a breakthrough year, averaging almost a double-double. Hall lost it down low, able to recover. has the size advantage and uses it.
P.J. Hall is a legitimate big-time player and a legitimate threat in and around the basket. He's so smart and so skilled.
That's Franklin, transferred from South Alabama. Didn't play the last game after injuring his groin against North Carolina. Hunter down the lane to the left hand.
Well, Clemson is changed up. Instead of chasing the three, they're really getting the ball inside to the paint and getting to the front of the rim. And it's paying off for them.
8 unanswered for the Tigers. More from 18. The rebound to Dylan Hunter, the freshman. Another freshman, R.J. Godfrey, in there for Clemson, looking for Hall. And they get the foul on Jalen Moore, reaching in. Tigers, after being down early, have put together 8 straight to take a 4-point lead on the road.
Why did you invite him?
He was out there all alone.
Great party. I really feel the warmth. I wish this night would last forever.
I'll get him up.
M&M's for all fun kind.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent-a-car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend. You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over a. That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. 6th, rent the car.
When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites, like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Marcia has sleep apnea, and her struggles with CPAP had me sleeping in the guest room. Now she's got Inspire.
No mask, no hose, just sleep.
Now I'm back.
And we're back.
Inspire. Learn more at inspiresleep.com.
It was like I hit my 40s and wham, I felt it. Slowing down, couldn't build muscle. In the first week of taking GF9, my energy came back. Then the muscle. I was like, GF9 stuff is the real deal. And look, Shaq Pack, baby.
Your growth hormone levels start declining in your 20s, but GF9's safe, lab-tested formula is designed to boost GH levels naturally by up to 682%.
Visit getgf9.com. Order in the next 6 minutes and get free shipping.
Check this out. It's not special effects.
Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com.
For the visionaries. For the trailblazers. For the last to leave. And the first to think ahead. There's Grainger. Supplies and solutions for every industry. With access to trained experts and 24/7 support. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Wolverines seek playoff redemption against the fearless Frogs. Then, the reigning Dogs versus the second chance Buckeyes. The college football playoff semifinals, December 31st on ESPN.
P.J. Hall is showing his versatility here tonight. There you see him with the short jump shot. Now he does a great job offensive rebounding and finishing. Now he gets the short jump shot in the lane. There he shows you his jump hook. And just when you don't think he can do anything else, he can rebound and go over the big. He's been the main reason why Clemson has been able to dissect the Georgia Tech zone.
5 out of 6, 10 points. Hall halfway to his 4th 20-point game of the season. And you brought it up before we went to break. Clemson said, okay, you're going to take away the three-point shot. We're going to attack inside. It's been successful.
Well, I tell you what, Coach Bunnell is an outstanding coach. He knew that Georgia Tech was going to try to do that. So in shoot-around today, he worked on trying to get the ball inside against the zone, and especially with the post-ups.
Hall gets positioned down low, blocked from behind. That was Javon Franklin averaging 2 blocks a game. Smith on the other end has to give it up. Now Franklin offense against Hall. Moore driving around Hall, reverse layup not there, but a foul.
Obviously, Georgia Tech is aware of Hall's dominance inside, so now they come over from the weak side and make a great block on him. One of the things Georgia Tech offensively, they really work from the elbows. And by working from the elbows, what it does is it gives driving lanes because you really can't help from the corner, and it also allows them to get the ball in the paint, and they get high percentage shots.
It's really a team that's still finding its identity. You think of the star power they've lost over the last 2 seasons. Moses Wright, Jose Alvarado, and then from last year's team, Michael DeVoe, Jordan Usher, Jalen Moore at the free throw line, part of the sophomore core with Miles Kelly and Debo Coleman. They're looking to those guys to be the next big 3.
Yeah, that sophomore class, they really are excited about them with their versatility, how hard they play, and their attitude. Again, Tech has now changed his defense again.
Godfrey too strong. Tyson, the offensive rebound. Hunter on the hesitation, and we get an offensive foul as Lance Terry draws the charge.
There you see him putting it down. He was moving a little bit. He was moving a little bit. Yeah.
Avon Smith just 1 out of 10 in his last 2 games, and
the referees give
was
it
that
to the
makeup
referees.
call? Was that a makeup call, Coach?
We don't do makeup calls. We just call what we see. But obviously, it wasn't a whole lot of contact there.
Javon Franklin called for the offensive foul, 3rd team foul on Georgia Tech.
Tech's defense, they come out and look like a 1-3-1, and then it falls back. But it doesn't matter because once the ball gets to the middle, again, Clemson is very skilled. So when guys get the ball, they can make the next play.
Here's Debo Coleman, 2nd leading scorer at just 10 a game. Moore nearly tied up. Shot clock at 10. Smith has the mismatch with Godfrey. Godfrey recovers, blocks the shot, keeps it in bounds. Transition opportunity. Galloway. Godfrey! Burning the midnight oil at both ends.
Clemson does a great job that time with its transition, but it all came off a great defense. This Clemson team shut down a really good Penn State team late in that game, and it shows that their interior defense is protecting the basket. They do a very good job at it.
Substitution for the Tigers, number 10, Ben Phillips. Checking in for the Jackets.
There you see the drive, great block right there, and they're able to get Godfrey, and they're able to get a great run off. And Godfrey right there finishes on a great layup.
After the Georgia Tech turnover, Clemson takes over the Tigers in the midst of a 12-1 run. 3 freshmen on the floor for Clemson. Godfrey, Beadle, and Dylan Hunter. Here's Beadle to his fellow freshman Hunter. And they're going to get Middlebrooks for over the back, trying to get that rebound. 5th team foul on the Tigers.
That was a good call. Middlebrooks did clear out with that. Look for Georgia Tech right now. They like to do some dribble weave action so that they can penetrate and get to the basket. I look for them to do something like that, or try to have Howard come up with a ball screen and roll hard to the basket and try to get an easy one.
Lance Terry, the Gardner-Webb transfer, now it comes back to Kelly. Driving down the lane, off the window, rebound Middlebrooks. redshirt freshman from Columbia, South Carolina. Won a couple of state titles there. Shot clock at 9. Here comes Godfrey. Downhill, lost it. It'll stay with Clemson, 5 to shoot.
Georgia Tech does a great job in their individual man defense. They really do a really good job of containing the ball. Tyson's coming back. We always like to get a shooter in the game when the shot clock's around 5 or under.
Godfrey providing some good minutes for Brad Brownell. Shot clock down to 2. Galloway was not aware of the shot clock, and it's a violation.
And he said it was my fault. They got the ball into Tyson. He came off a low cross screen, and they need to get it to him a little quicker. Again, I look for Georgia Tech to have the same sort of action. Look for the dribble handoff, ball screen.
They extend a turnover. Georgia Tech just one field goal in almost 8 minutes now. Galloway, pull up. Yes! And a timeout by Josh Pastner. Clemson rolling. A 15-1 run for the Tigers. They extend it to a 10-point lead.
Give the gift of shine. Only at Zales, the Diamond Store.
Ow! So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist!
They do exist. Santa?
We know y'all can cook real good, but sometimes the fam just wants Popeyes for dinner. And since our 10-piece box packs lots of our juicy mixed signature chicken everyone can enjoy, you want in too. Get it only at Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
For those that forge their own path and embrace what's next, NetSpend All Access is reinventing mobile banking to fit your lifestyle. Manage your money on your terms, anytime, anywhere. Move your financial future forward with a NetSpend All Access account. Limited time offer of no monthly fees when you open a NetSpend All Access account with qualifying funding. Get started today at netspend.com/no-fee.
The first time you made a sale online was also the first time you heard of a town named
Dinosaur. We just got an order from Dinosaur, Colorado.
Start an easy-to-build, powerful website for free with a partner that always puts you first. GoDaddy, tools and support for every small business first.
Hey, you. It's that time of year again. When it's okay to get a little carried away for football. Why? Because this is playoff season.
It's a full log cabin, guys.
We can snuggle up by the fire.
Oh my.
'Tis the season for hashtag giving.
Oh, giving is the best.
Blah, 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 blah. Oh, and a little something for the deer. Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Get last-minute gifts from $2, $4, $6, and $8. Only at Old Navy and OldNavy.com.
Only Verizon gives you a free 5G phone, plus a tablet, smartwatch, and earbuds. All on us. Only on Verizon.
Cycling was a lifesaver. It really was.
It was more than just a new direction for you.
Now it's about staying ahead of the competition.
There's always more ground to cover. Let's find a way.
Why work for two men in a truck? If you're like Rob, you like getting out there, helping people. Hard work doesn't feel like hard work. And even though you don't do it for the 5-star reviews, you get them anyway. That's why you work for two men in a truck.
Two men in a truck.
You've got an older team in Clemson. You've got a younger Georgia Tech team figuring out its identity. And look at the lost production. Those are some big-time names the last 2 years.
They really are. And they're trying to fill them with younger guys, and these guys are going to develop and be good. I think right now what has happened, Georgia Tech has lost its patience. Early in the game, they were very patient and methodical in what they were trying to attack and how they were trying to attack. They're trying to rush it, and this Clemson team, like you said, is a veteran team and is really taking advantage of it.
And the 3 guys who lead Georgia Tech in scoring, all sophomores, and all were role players at best a season ago. Howard looking for help. Sturdivant gets free from Hunter. No good.
I thought Sturdivant, when he was in early, really brought some calmness to the Georgia Tech offense, and that's why Coach got him back.
Tyson wide open. Barbecue sauce.
The spacing right now that Clemson has in its offense, they're really comfortable. Josh is going to have to come up with some sort of defense just to throw them off their pace.
It's an 18-1 run. Terry. Basket does not count.
That was a big-time move. He really fought to get in there that deep. Although Clemson is not overly athletic on his front line, they are tall, and again, fundamentally, they really move their feet, and they challenge a lot of stuff at the rim. You see him driving right there, and is able to create the contact to get the foul.
Second on Middlebrooks. Georgia Tech now in the bonus. Rodney Howard coming off that double-double. Shot clock down to 5. Sturdivant with 2, with 1, and a shot clock violation. So we've seen both teams now become unaware of the shot clock.
Yeah, but what happened that time is Clemson is handling the dribble handoffs very well, and they're handling the roll very well, so there's not space there for Tech guys to get to the basket and create easy opportunities. This is the same type of defense Clemson played against Penn State, who really liked to get the ball in the paint and was very physical. It was a great win for Clemson because they handled that extremely well against a really good Penn State team.
Chase Hunter's 3, flanks. Howard the pull, Kelly the other way. When you say you want to see patience, what does that entail on this possession?
Well, what you want to see is some execution. You want to see them get the shot that they practice from the guy that they want to shoot the basketball. That's what they want. They want more getting downhill. Let's get patience. Let's go out dribble handoff till we get Kelly Moore getting the ball where they can turn the corner and get to the basket. That's the sort of patience. It's not settle for a jump shot or try to force the ball where it can't go.
So Jalen Moore will go to the line after the foul on R.J. Godfrey. Josh Pastner has likened Moore's trajectory ultimately to maybe a Moses Wright, who was one of the great developmental stories in the history of ACC basketball. 0-star recruit to player of the year before he left. Harvard and Kansas Thursday, 7 Eastern. On ESPN2, men's college basketball coverage continuing here in this holiday season.
Tommy Hammaker has that Harvard team again playing well. He's done a tremendous job there at Harvard. He's got a thing called the Breakfast Club. He had President Obama speak at it. So, you know he's got some clout when you can get President Obama to come speak.
Can you get Judge Reinhold to come speak?
I wouldn't put anything past Tommy Hammaker. He made our life miserable when he was at Duke. He was part of that climb, he and Johnny Dawkins. So there was a lot of battles on this floor.
Yeah, those were some great battles, those Duke teams that were ascending under Mike Krzyzewski in the late 80s. Here's P.J. Hall. Dipping under Howard, it's tipped up. Here comes Davon Smith. He began his career at Mississippi State, accelerates down the lane, a lot of contact down low, and we're going to get a foul against Georgia Tech. It's on Rodney Howard.
That time Howard got a guy on his back and refused to let him move and was sealing him off. Can you imagine this league with a young Bobby Crimmins, a young Mike Krzyzewski, and a young Jimmy Valvano? You talk about some exciting nights now. The fans always got their money's worth.
Let's not forget the guys behind the scenes like you. Beadle for three. Smith nearly had it taken away. Almost 9 minutes since Georgia Tech's last field goal. Their offense has gone stagnant in the half court.
Again, but at least they've slowed it up. They start using their screens and getting some fouls on Clemson. They were going with some flex stuff that they wind up off the elbows.
They're calling it tight down low. Beadle called for the foul away from the ball. And Debo Coleman to the line.
Those guards do not like to be screened by the bigs. I'm just telling you. They get the holding and grabbing and pushing. They do not like all that contact.
Sometimes it's survival. Beadle's listed at 6'3", 182. Debo Coleman, 6'6", and a sturdy 215. They're giving up 30-plus pounds. Hunter down the lane and able to draw the foul.
That was a big-time move that time by Hunter. He got to the rim, and instead of just trying to lay it straight, he changed hands with it and was able to draw the foul. You know, you always look at the pace of a game. Clemson's got the pace at this game the way they would like it to be.
This Sunday, Christmas Day, and that means 5 NBA games on the slate on ESPN and ABC. Starts at noon. You got the Knicks, who've now won 8 straight, taking on the Sixers. It ends at 10:30 p.m. Eastern with the Suns and the Nuggets. Get to see LeBron, Luka, Giannis, Ja. Pretty good slate. Steph. Kelly against Galloway. And Georgia Tech still can't buy a bucket from the field. Smith on the drive, elevates and finishes.
Tech is at its best when Moore and Kelly are able to dribble drive, and they do their best dribble driving from the elbows.
Smith, one of the best dunkers in the game. A lot of contact with he and Hunter, no call, and Hunter finishing down low. Smith the other way, almost out of control. Howard, he's been working on that shot, and practice pays off.
Well, that's what's got him in the starting lineup, because he's able to screen, and then when they drop off of him, he's able to make that shot at the foul line. Tech's being very physical, trying to get over these screens.
P.J. Hall, the facial. Moore at the other end, muscles it in, +1.
That was a great drive right there, and a great finish. You see the roll right there by Hall. Great finish. He's had a great first half.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal of the year.
Tis?
Tis. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro that's in stock now. Plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
Act now. It's our best deal of the year, but it ends soon. Visit Verizon today.
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Person.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping.
Ollie, happy holidays to you.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
We purchased a tree.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
settlement and I need cash now. Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
I have an annuity, but I need cash now.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now. They help thousands, they'll help you too. One lump sum of cash they will pay to you. If you get long-term payments but you need cash now, call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now. 877 cash now.
877 cash now.
877 cash now.
It's your money. Use it when you need it.
Call J.G. Wentworth, 877 cash now.
Hey, honey, sunscreen. We shop with Ibotta in-store and online because it gets us cash back on everything we buy.
Is that why it's shooting money all over me?
Yes, it's a visual metaphor to show there's cash back in everything.
Couldn't we just say lots of cash back? Get all that cash. Ibotta.
Kids!
They just don't understand how commercials work, do they?
No, they don't.
In-store, online. There's cash back in everything you buy.
Three-man weave coming at you on the Halftime Report. That's Coach, that's Crispy, I'm Jordan Cornette. A lot of ranked teams in action right now. There was a mind-boggling upset. We're going to tell you about it now. We'll tell you about it in a little bit. Clemson, top-tier ACC
called
team.
the keys right there.
According to Coach, what do you see from the Tigers?
No, I like this team. I like the personnel, but ultimately I like how they play with P.J. Hall. He's all over the court, but when he's around the perimeter, plays outside in, tough to figure out.
Totally different team with P.J. Hall healthy. Coach, it's always good to have your best players on the floor. Coach Clark, you understand that.
All right, fellas, we'll get it back to you at about 3:52 of game time. Jalen Moore playing with the two fouls at the free throw line to complete a three-point play. Georgia Tech, that last field goal by Moore, their first in almost 10 minutes. And Moore misses the free throw.
You know, right now, mentally, Georgia Tech really has to lock in and be able to execute and finish this half out both offensively and defensively according to their game plan.
All to Shefflin through traffic.
Clemson's game plan has worked exceptionally well. They've been able to get the ball high-low. They've been able to get the ball to the post area against the zone. They have really had good shot selection, and they have shut down playing good gap defense Georgia Tech's driving lanes.
Coleman using the shot fake, and misfires from three. Hunter waits for the cavalry. Galloway, catch, release, rebound Kelly. Kelly lines it up, in and out.
See, that's not the shot that Georgia Tech really likes to get. They like to get action and wind up with something closer. But Kelly Moore made it up with a great block.
The leaner from Smith, and the carom to Tyson. The struggles from the field continue for Georgia Tech.
Coach Brunell wants them to slow it down. When you're on the road, you like to try to control the game offensively by getting the shots that you want, ball movement, and making the defense have to work.
No call. Hunter left it short. Kelly from deep. Another one that goes in and out.
Both teams right now a little gassed. Hall has raised his fist. Good call there by Coach Brunell. He saw his team with a little gas.
Timeout Clemson. Tigers with a 14-point lead. 2:02 to go, first half.
The holiday season's in full swing, and Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy have the best holiday gifts for the golfer on your list. Like tour balls from the best brands and top-of-the-line irons and drivers from Callaway, TaylorMade, and Titleist. A golf bag's always a great gift. When you shop online, you can find even more great gifts. 1 hour pickup is always an option. And the hottest styles from Kalia, FootJoy, Walter Hagen, and Travis Matthew are a win. All from Dick's Sporting Goods and Golf Galaxy.
more holiday hoops tomorrow on ESPN2. The first game of a triple header. Jalen Wilson and defending champion Kansas welcome Harvard at Allen Fieldhouse. It's the final matchup for these teams before the holiday break. When you were coaching, you had that time before the holidays. What was your message for your team? Because usually when you got back, you were in the throes of conference play.
I tried to get a win so I could have a good Christmas. That was first and foremost. But
you or your wife?
But I think that things have changed now because you're playing conference games so early that you have to wind up having some real tough games. I tell you, one of the things, I saw Coach Pastner and Coach Burnell before the game. They were smiling, they were happy and all. You can tell it's still December. Yep. Wait till we get to February.
That's when the Just for Men is really needed, right?
I'm telling you, everybody's really hopeful and positive.
You watch these two teams, though. You can see the upside. It might be bumpy along the way, but there are pieces here.
Without question, but both of them are predicated on style of play. And I think their execution and their skill level will allow these two teams to be good.
Hunter the pull-up. Shot hasn't fallen for him tonight. Kelly, Georgia Tech's leading scorer. Galloway greets him.
But see, Kelly has not had a lot of easy looks. He's really good when he comes off the dribble, hands off, like they try to get him right there and he can drive it to the basket. That's when he's really good.
And he's able to draw the foul. It's the second on Shefflin. Miles Kelly, sophomore from Stone Mountain, Georgia, was a bench player last year, and then the last two games of the season, regular season finale, he goes for 16 against BC, 19 against Louisville in the ACC tournament, and that has been a springboard into what is becoming a breakout sophomore season.
Well, the one thing is he's really good with the basketball, and he's not a big, strong upper body guy, but yet he's basketball strong. He's able to finish at the rim, take the contact, and complete the three-point play.
5 points now for Kelly. Some pressure from Georgia Tech. Easy clear for Clemson.
Clemson has been able to get the shots from the guys that they wanted to shoot it and where they wanted them to shoot it from.
DJ Hall got off to a fast start. Hunter Tyson nearly had it knocked away, able to recover. Shot clock at 5. Pass down low. Hall wants a goaltend, and he will get it.
This Clemson team plays so well together. I mean, they're selfish, they help each other, and as a team right now, I think they're really playing well. There you see him moving the basketball, and there he goes, he dunks, he goes through the rim, definitely a goaltend.
About a second-and-a-half differential between the game clock and the shot clock. So Georgia Tech can essentially hold for one.
I don't think Georgia Tech has to make a lot of adjustments at halftime. I think they just got to clean up a couple of things. They had some open looks, they just didn't make them.
Smith leaning in, and he's able to draw the foul. That has kept Georgia Tech in this game, the ability to get to the basket and get to the foul line.
Well, again, the way they run their offense, working out of the elbows, really allows driving lanes, and it's very difficult to help because normally they've got shooters in the corner, so if the corner guy comes over, then they can kick it to that guy for a jump shot. If the post helps, they roll the post, and Howard is big at 6'11", and he can finish around the rim. So offensively, they're pretty proficient when they're able to turn the corner and get downhill.
Checking in for Georgia Tech, number 1, Kyle Sullivan.
5.9 seconds to go. Here comes Hunter across the timeline. Splits the D, and a foul on the floor. It'll be a 1-and-1 for Chase Hunter, 76% free throw shooter this season. And Kyle Sturdivant picks up the foul.
That's what you don't want. What you want to do is you hit them with some pressure, but you want to continue to retreat back to the foul line and make them take a shot through you. But you don't want to give a guy like Hunter easy baskets, easy points at the foul line.
And he gets the front end. So much of Clemson's season will depend on how Chase Hunter adapts to that point guard role. The early returns have been pretty good.
Yeah, but again, if it's a game like tonight where Hall steps up and can help him, it takes a lot of the pressure off. So getting somebody else besides him that can take and be able to score, it just takes a lot of the pressure off of one guy.
Substitutions now for Georgia Tech, getting the right personnel in. 2.1 seconds to go. Clemson by 14. Debo Coleman will inbound. Launches it down court. Shefflin heaves it the other way. Here comes up empty.
A good half right now for Clemson. They were able to handle the zone early. They were able to get the shots they wanted and did a great job defending the paint.
It was
fan he is. He won state championships in high school. He's just a winner. But the thing that makes him so good is his versatility and his skill set.
He's battled injuries too. Had the left foot injury that he played through last year. Needed off-season surgery and then had a surgery on his right kneecap. Jalen Moore is called for the offensive foul, and that is now 3 on one of Georgia Tech's top players.
Well, I tell you what, Moore and Kelly have to get going. That time it was a clear charge, but what they've done is they come up with a high ball screen. They try to spread the floor, so therefore Moore and Kelly have more room to get to the basket.
Dylan Hunter, the freshman, over his brother Chase. Going down low again. This one it's taken away, but Maxwell could not stay in bounds.
PJ's going to learn. He's got to come meet the ball a little bit more, especially in the lane, because he's a scorer down there, and guys are going to collapse on him a little faster than what maybe they've done in the past.
5 on the floor for Clemson, includes P.J. Hall, who's got 16, along with Hunter Tyson, Chase and Dylan Hunter, and Brevin Galloway for Georgia Tech. Sturdivant, Maxwell, Kelly, Moore, and Rodney Howard, the original starting 5. And almost another turnover. This time they get a foul on Galloway, his second.
Whenever you get behind, you need to get some turnovers. You need some transition baskets. Georgia Tech has gotten very few transition baskets tonight.
That's how Josh Pastner wants to play offensively. Sturdivant over to Howard. The double team comes, and another careless turnover by Tech.
Well, right now, I mean, Clemson is really feasting off of their defense. They're talking, they're moving their feet. They're really doing a good job of containing the dribble drives of Georgia Tech.
Clemson has its largest lead of the game. Dylan Hunter. Brother Chase. Chase back to Dylan, doesn't go. That would have made the family happy.
Again, that time, Georgia Tech tried to push the ball, never got the ball to the elbow, never got the ball in the paint in transition.
Howard defended by Hall. A lot of dribbling from the big man. Now it's Sturdivant. Had it knocked away by Tyson, able to recover. And we get a foul down low. It's on P.J. Hall. And that is 2 on the junior.
Well, coaches never like to see their big guy pick up a cheap foul like that. They just want them to move their feet, get their hands up, and make them shoot over top of you.
Now, the only worry for Clemson in that first half, there was a little foul trouble. A number of players ended that first half with multiple fouls. Sturdivant down the lane, off balance, and hits.
Sturdivant has played real well, I think, for Georgia Tech. They played the best when he's been in the game initiating the offense.
Hunter. And that's a goaltend. Hall knew it right away. 2 more for P.J. Hall. He's up to 18 on 9 of 12 shooting.
Yeah, and he's getting those points because of his versatility. I mean, now they're looking to kind of post him a little bit more, but earlier he was at the high post and really kind of driving and passing from there.
Maxwell catch and shoot. Rushed it.
See, I don't really think that's Georgia Tech's game, is shooting perimeter jump shots. I think they're really good off the bounce, and I think that they really need to go back and do that more. And I know Coach Passon's a little bit frustrated right now trying to figure out how he can help his team get downhill a little bit better.
Step back by Galloway isn't there. Evan Galloway, 6th-year senior, wanted to be close to home. Clemson was his dream school. So after a year at Boston College, transferred. And it was he who reached out to Brad Brownell, saying, hey, I want to come play for Clemson.
You're going to see more of that in the transfer portal. I think there's coach with him at a young age, and these kids remember that. Those initial relationships and contacts, they do carry a lot of weight.
He was 12 years old at a Clemson camp. Galloway started his career at the College of Charleston, 4 seasons in Charleston. And Franklin with a chance for a 3-point play.
And this is where P.J. Hall cannot get frustrated. He picked up his 3rd foul. He's got to move his feet. He's going to learn when you start scoring points, they start coming at you, and that's what coach is explaining to him. Hey, just back up, get your hands up in the air, make him shoot over top of you. He's such a competitor, though.
20 points tonight in 20 minutes on 10 of 13 shooting, his 4th 20-point game of the season, as Franklin, the South Alabama transfer, completes the 3-point play.
Tech is trying to put a little bit more pressure on the ball now to try to speed up the tempo. But this is a veteran Clemson team. I don't think they're going to really speed them up too much.
What happens to the offense now without Hall?
You can go through Tyson. I think you go through Hunter.
A lot of fouls early in the second half. Hunter able to draw the foul that time. It's on Debo Coleman, his 3rd. Clemson by 15 at the under-16 media timeout.
We know y'all can cook real good, but sometimes the fam just wants Popeyes for dinner. And since our 10-piece box packs lots of our juicy mixed signature chicken everyone can enjoy, you'll want in too. Get it only at Popeyes.
Love that chicken from Popeyes.
You hear that? It's game time, baby!
Pretzels?
RG3?
Hey, throw me one of those.
Experience the NFL like never before.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Earn tickets, gear, even access to exclusive events.
Go, 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 go! Yeah!
Apply for the NFL Extra Points credit card.
Dude, I'm at the Super Bowl!
And live your rewards.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal of the year.
Tis?
Tis. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro that's in stock now. Plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
Act now. It's our best deal of the year, but it ends soon. Visit Verizon today.
When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
What will you do? What will you change? Will you make something better? Will you create something entirely new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with the tools and expertise you need to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us.
It was like I hit my 40s and wham, I felt it. Slowing down, couldn't build muscle. In the first week of taking GF9, my energy came back. Then the muscle. I was like, GF9 stuff is the real deal. And look, Shaq Pack, baby.
Your growth hormone levels start declining in your 20s, but GF9's safe, lab-tested formula is designed to boost GH levels naturally by up to 682%.
Visit getgf9.com. Order in the next 6 minutes and get free shipping.
Check this out. It's not special effects.
Now, ADT installs Nest devices from Google, like security cameras with night vision. They can distinguish between people, packages, and pets. If your neighbor's dog escapes, you can get him home safe.
Mr. Pickles, what are you doing here? Come here, Mr. P.
Anish Shroff, Perry Clark with you at McCamish Pavilion, where Mark Price's jersey hangs from the rafters, and he's being screened right now, but that is him on the far end. You coached him.
Let me tell you something unbelievable. When he came here, they had bags over their heads. After 2 years, there was lines around the block. He's the foundation of this Georgia Tech program. Took us to an ACC championship, was all ACC. And not only him, he was ACC Rookie of the Year and then followed Dalrymple, Farrell, and Hammonds. 4 straight ACC Rookie of the Year, all because of Mark Price. And Bobby Crimmins will tell you, he's the guy that got it going.
So lethal weapon 3 doesn't happen without Mark Price.
Nothing happens without Mark Price. We all may be parking cars right now doing something else. He was the key. Incredible shooter, incredible leader, incredible human being, and helped take this program to unbelievable heights.
And had a great career in the NBA, an all-star with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
It was only about 6 feet. He said he was 6'1", but he was about 6 feet. But he could knock down jump shots, and he had the heart of a burglar.
A guy with his range and his marksmanship. Can you imagine him in basketball today?
Incredible. I mean, he could stretch the defense and just knew how to play. John Sally's jersey is hanging up there, and I'm telling you, he had a lot to do with Sally's jersey hanging up there, too. He had a lot to do with Crimmins' name being on this floor, and he certainly had a lot to do with me becoming a head coach. He's just an unbelievable human being.
You got to have a nice moment with him before the game. He came over, he saw you, and sought you out.
You know, fire builds camaraderie, and building this program and creating that sort of spirit and all. This was a Thriller Dome. This place was packed, and it was a lot of excitement.
Hunter Tyson's 3 gives Clemson its largest lead of the game. Georgia Tech offensively shooting just 37%. Clemson, on the other hand, 54%. Beadle, the freshman, picks up his second.
Clemson coaches that was a little bit upset with Beadle not getting through those screens. They've done a good job all day, Clemson, handling the screens, handling the dribble handoffs without fouling.
Almost a 5-second violation. The Clemson bench asking for it. Long 3 by Coleman off the mark.
See, people talk about three-point shooting. Good three-point shooting teams get it in transition, get it off of dribble penetration, get it off of offensive rebounds and kick-outs. But very few teams can just come down and pull up threes and knock them down. And so Georgia Tech has to do a better job right now of really attacking the basket. They're trying, but the Clemson defense is really doing a good job of keeping the ball in front of it.
You know, in football, you see a lot of quarterbacks try to make the off-platform throws because a Patrick Mahomes or a Josh Allen can as Kelly knocks down the 3. In basketball, you see what a Steph Curry can do, and some of these great shooters at the next level. Does that get young players sometimes into some bad habits?
Well, I mean, there's some players that only God can stop. I mean, they're just that talented and good. Most guys aren't that good, and so they need some help from their coach and their teammates to be able to score.
Franklin in transition. That's how Josh Pastner wants to play.
Without question, it comes off the defense and trying to get this crowd into the game right now.
And Tyson with 2 hands.
See, but that's what makes Clemson such a tough team to play against, because their skill set. They can pass the ball, they dribble the basketball well, and they don't beat themselves.
12 points, 9 rebounds for Hunter Tyson. Franklin and Middlebrooks get tied up, and they'll get Middlebrooks for his 3rd foul. And P.J. Hall coming back in for Clemson.
Yeah, right there, Tyson on a good weak side cut that time and gets the ball and able to finish. Coach is telling his youngster, big guy, don't foul. We're up. We got control of the game. Let's not bail him out right now.
Franklin working on Hall, who's got the 3 fouls. Now Kelly, there's the double. Terry, baseline, not there. Hunter the other way. 1 on 3. Stops, pauses. Tyson off the side of the rim. Rebound Coleman. Lance Terry, the Gardner-Webb transfer. Now it's Smith. Down low, big finish. And it's Javon Franklin. He's starting to heat up in the second half.
Yes, he is, but Tech is starting to get better penetration to the basket, creating some rotation.
Georgia Tech looking to make a run here. Galloway. The basket counts, +1.
Great drive that time by Galloway. And one of the things you see, Tech is really pushing up to take away the 3-point shooting, but Clemson is recognizing that, and they're driving the ball hard to the basket. We talked at the top how, which was going to give the Georgia Tech defense against the 3 or Clemson shooting the 3, and Clemson said, okay, we're not going to chase the 3. If you're going to take that away, we're going to attack you inside, and that's what they've done.
Galloway completes the 3-point play. 2 seasons ago with the College of Charleston, he tore his ACL. Was not quite the same last year with BC, admittedly out of shape. Everybody around the Clemson program says he's in the best shape of his career. That's not just spring training talk. You start to see it on the court.
Yeah, those type of injuries take some time, and everybody kind of comes off of those type of injuries at their own pace, but he's certainly starting to get his motor running and his wheels up and under him.
Hall follows. The postman always rings twice.
Right now, Clemson is physically beating Georgia Tech on the glass.
Or you get a foul on Godfrey. It takes us to the under 12 media timeout. Clemson by 18.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you with Inflation Buster. Plus, if rates drop within 3 years of purchase, you can refinance with exclusive savings with Rate Drop Advantage. Don't miss these big savings. Visit inflationbuster.com.
Oh, that's my piece of the shakaroni. That's the biggest one we make.
They donate $1 from every shakaroni to the Papa John's Foundation.
Dang, that's huge. If the hoop was as big as that pizza, maybe you'd have made some of your free throws. Somebody save me a slice. Where'd he come from?
Why did you invite him?
He was out there all alone.
Great party. I really feel the warmth. I wish this night would last forever.
I'll get him up.
M&M's for all fun kind.
Ugh, this rental car is so boring to drive.
Let's be honest. The rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent a car? You don't want a friend. You want the friend. You don't want a job. You want the job. The is always over a. That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. Sixth, rent the car.
Hey, girls! Hello, are you kidding me? Is that for me? How? Oh, can't wait to see what you got your mother.
The BMW Road Home Sales Event, on now.
Receive a credit of up to $3,250 on select models now through January 3rd.
Give the gift of shine. Only at Zales, the Diamond Store.
Switch to Boost Mobile this holiday season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone featuring a quad camera and 6.6-inch display, powered by one of America's largest 5G networks. Switch to Boost and unleash your power.
We got soul. Oh, yeah, we got soul.
With the most 5-star cruise reviews on TripAdvisor, your gorgeous vacation at sea awaits.
Who am I? 3 things about me that people don't know. I've never had any carbonation, so I've never had a soda in my life. I graduated from college in 2.5 years and 5 semesters. I want to live to I'm 120 or 130. I am Josh Pastner.
Josh Pastner was telling us at shoot-around today he wants to live to 120 and 130, and I said, explain that. He said, I saw this feature on whales that they can live to 300, and I want to breathe in every day, every moment. He certainly has an exuberance for life. And funny story, we're leaving shoot-around. I'm on the corner of Fowler and 10th outside of McCamish Pavilion, waiting for my Uber to go back to the hotel. And this Honda Pilot pulls up, rolls down the window, and says, hey, do you need a ride? It's Josh Pastner. And I said, you're driving a Honda Pilot. He said, I'm low maintenance.
He's a tremendous human being. He, when he was in college, was coaching the AAU team. He wound up going to Arizona, and Lute Olson wound up making him an assistant coach after he walked on there because he graduated early. And in fact, I was in a recruiting battle over a really top player, and Josh was the guy I was recruiting against.
You reminded him of that today.
Chris Owens, a heck of a player, wound up finishing at Texas.
And you won that battle.
I'm not going to let him walk or beat me for a kid now. I mean, that's not good for the resume.
Terry Moore had the rebound, ran into his own man, and lost it out of bounds, and that sort of sums up the evening for Georgia Tech.
Yeah, but, there's a lot of time left. I don't think Georgia Tech has to get away from what they want to do and how they want to do it. I think if they can defensively get a couple turnovers, push the ball, get a couple easy baskets, and get this crowd back in the game, I think they can fight their way back into this. They don't just have to settle for shots.
Meanwhile, Galloway drills the 3, and the lead is 21.
But he's talking to Coach because Coach gave him a look like we don't need that. And he said, but I had it, Coach, I had it.
What's the line? Shooter's going to shoot. He has the reputation as a volume shooter. But his brother Braden played tight end at Clemson.
But that shows the relationship that Coach Brownell has with his players. I mean, they look at along, they really like him, they respect him, and they play hard for him.
Shefflin corrals. Now Tyson. 12 points, 12 rebounds for Tyson. His 6th double-double. The pass deflected. It comes to Davon Smith. Leading the charge. 3-on-2. Smith blocked at the rim, but the strong finish by Moore on the follow.
That's what Clemson cannot do. They cannot turn the ball over like that, though.
We get a timeout with an even 10 minutes to go. Clemson up 19 on the road.
Peaceful state. Full plate. Wait, are you my blind date? Dancing crew, trip for 2, nail the final interview. Buy or lease. Masterpiece. Inside joke. Artichoke. Game with Doug. Brand new mug. Come here, kid. Give me a hug. Have you gotten your updated COVID-19 booster? They're designed to help protect against recent Omicron variants. Schedule yours at vaccines.gov.
Where can you go for family fun? And do your holiday shopping all in one? Lowe's, actually. The final days of Winterfest are here. Save now before they're gone.
'Tis the season to switch to Verizon. It's your last chance to get our best deal of the year.
Tis?
Tis. They'll give you the new iPhone 14 Pro.
Amazing phone.
This holiday season, Verizon gives you the new iPhone 14 Pro that's in stock now. Plus an Apple gift like Apple Watch SE, iPad, and Beats Fit Pro, all on us. That's a value of up to $1,900.
Wow.
Act now. It's our best deal of the year, but it ends soon. Visit Verizon today.
Give the gift of shine at Zales, the diamond store.
I lost my motivation. I was feeling old and starting to look it. And then, voila. I feel better than I did in my 20s. If you feel stuck, if you can't find the drive, it may be due to low HGH, which naturally drops with age.
Your growth hormone levels start declining in your 20s, but GF9's lab-tested, patented formula is designed to boost GH levels naturally by up to 682%. Growth hormone is associated with reduced body fat, increased lean muscle, improved energy, mood, and more. And best of all, GF9 has been shown to work in as little as 2 hours.
I've taken a million different supplements. This is the first one that I've noticed has made a tremendous difference.
To me, GF9 is the best supplement out on the market.
GF9 is a top-selling male performance product at GNC. Call right now to try GF9 for 60 days absolutely risk-free.
Call 800-889-3847 or go to getgf9.com.
Join us. Get your drive back. Get your youth back. And get back in the game with GF9.
Only 4 teams remained. Soon, they would take part in an epic playoff battle for the right to call themselves national champions.
Clemson back in action Friday, December 30th to take on NC State. You play 20 league games. You're going to start early. Usually conference play in the ACC has started right around New Year's. Starts a little earlier these days. They like to open the season, play one early. This is the second ACC game for both Clemson and Georgia Tech. And now looking around the league, Virginia, back-to-back losses. Houston, top 5 team. Miami looks really good.
Miami is really good. They have a really good backcourt. Isaiah Wong is the real deal. I think he really does a great job of controlling games. He knows when to take his shot. He knows how to share the ball. And Coach Larinaga is the maestro of that Miami offense.
You know, you start to look around the league. Who can maybe make a turnaround, a sleeper in the second half as Galloway knocks down another 3? Florida State's starting to get some pieces back after a rough start.
Well, once they get healthy, I think Coach Hamilton has made a living in this league with his depth and wearing people down. He doesn't have the depth, but he does have some talent, and so he will be able to get back in the race. I really like Pittsburgh. I think Coach Capel has done a really good job of putting a real good group together that plays very well together.
They had a win against Syracuse yesterday.
It's hard to zone Clemson because they do shoot the ball so well.
Tyson does not get the soft roll. Sturdivant accelerates, drives, and one.
You know, I go back to the beginning of the game. It was interesting why Georgia Tech started in the zone, because very rarely do they start in the zone. They normally go to it in the second half. Sturdivant, who's had a really outstanding day, that time he finishes off the glass. Sturdivant does a really good job of getting them in their offense and getting the ball to guys where they can operate.
Three-point play complete, and Clemson's lead still sturdy, but down to 19. Galloway's got a dozen to go along with 5 helpers. Chase Hunter just 2 of 9 today. He He's Clemson's leading scorer at better than 14 a game, almost 15 a game.
But this is where I've always believed when you're on the road, you have to control the game with your offense. You have to wear the clock down. You got to get good shots. You got to get the ball to guys that can score. You have to be able to control the game with your offense.
Tyson's 13th rebound, extending the possession for Clemson. Shot clock down to 8. Down to 3. Hunter on the drive through traffic. Off the front rim. Moore saves it. And here comes Sturdivant. Moore has a dozen.
See, that's where Moore's got to look, catch. He had an open shot there instead of driving the basketball. He's a young player. He's got to be able to read the defense, especially there in transition. He's a tremendous offensive player. He's going to do nothing but get better. Most of the guys at Tech have gotten better with their player development.
That's something Josh Pastner prides himself in. Hall over to Dylan Hunter. 5 to shoot. Tyson's going to have to put it up. Galloway launches. Almost hit it.
Galloway doesn't mind shooting.
Sturdivant, the long 2.
Again, I'm really impressed with Sturdivant. He's done a really good job of organizing the Georgia Tech team, taking the shots that are available.
Now, you mentioned his development. We talked earlier how Georgia Tech had developed Moses Wright as P.J. Hall continues to dominate inside. We'll finish that thought on the other side. P.J. Hall, a season-high 24, 7 rebounds, 3 helpers. Clemson in full control.
At Domino's, next time you order 2 medium 2-topping pizzas for $6.99 each, you could be in for a shock. Because hundreds of new electric vehicles are rolling out to deliver Domino's across America.
You're good. I'm great. If you struggle with CPAP, you should check out Inspire. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Learn more and view important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
When Wingstop made a chicken sandwich, you know they wouldn't make just one. Now you can have 12 new sauce and toss favorites like lemon pepper, mango habanero, and OG hot. So try the new chicken sandwich for only $5.49 at Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Why is money shooting out of your shirt?
Oh, I bought it with Ibotta online. They give me cash back for this money and everything I buy.
Guess that explains the couch then. And the kids' faces.
Yep, bought it all with Ibotta. In fact, almost everything we used to make this commercial I bought using Ibotta.
Wait, we're in a commercial?
Of course. Why else would you be in the hot tub? That I also bought using Ibotta. It'd be too random otherwise.
In-store, online, there's cash back in everything you buy.
Don't tell me he high-stepping. He stole my move.
Orlando is unbelievably real.
We're headed to the playground.
Yeah, we're going to the playground.
Have fun.
Just like that.
You think I've never been to the playground?
Shop Best Buy and experience the magic of giving the perfect gift.
People love Subaru just because it stands for much more than just a car.
Through the Share the Love event, Subaru retailers have supported over 1,700 hometown charities.
Have I witnessed and seen the impact of what we do? You bet I have.
We have worked with so many amazing causes and made a difference.
By the end of this year, Subaru and our retailers will have donated over $250 million to charity.
It's about more than just selling cars. The Subaru Share the Love event, going on now.
Clemson, less than 7 minutes away from going to 2-0 in the ACC. And before we went to break, we're talking about player development. Look at Hunter Tyson, the way he has come along in his Clemson career, now in his 5th season. Jalen Moore is somebody that Josh Pastner sees that can have a Moses Wright-like trajectory. Player development, however, is exponentially more difficult these days with kids being able to transfer. Hey, I'm not playing, I'll go somewhere else.
Yeah, but I think it is, but I think it's really necessary. I think kids have to recognize their abilities, and some guys can step in right away, make an impact, and some guys it takes them some time to develop. And I think part of the recruiting process is identifying those kids that need that and be able to give them that. I think both of these two programs are teaching programs, and they do a good job of developing players. And therefore, every year they may not be on top of the league, but they're always going to be competitive. And when those guys get to be juniors and seniors, that's when they can be dominant.
And the challenge is, right, when your phone rings and says, well, you're not developing by sitting on the bench, come play for me.
Well, there are a lot of people that think that they're expert in basketball because they watch it and because they play it a little bit on the playground, but that's far different than running college basketball programs where you're involved not just in the athletic development of a young man, but also the academic development, also the mental maturity of a young man. And those are things that really go untalked about and unnoticed. But most of the best coaches, they take all that into consideration. And so sometimes, you have people getting guys' ears that really they shouldn't be listening to because they don't understand the full scope of all of this. I used to tell, my mom used to think I was the best coach because she was my mom. Some moms think their kid is the best player because that's their kid. And sometimes it just doesn't work like that.
Acrobatic shot by Chase Hunter. That turns into this dilemma where you're asking a kid who's 18, 19, 20 years old to see the forest from the trees, and you put yourself in those shoes at that age. It's not easy to do.
Yeah, but I think that the leadership there at different institutions. I mean, this league has some really outstanding coaches, and you look at this league, the ACC, and all of the schools have been dominant at one point in time because of the leadership, because of the fan base, because of the educational background that it has. So you just have to understand where you are and where you're trying to get to.
Franklin at the backboard, almost knocked away by Moore.
You talk about Mark Price when he came here. I talked about they wore bags over their head. Another good player, Bruce Dalrymple, just walked by. He was the best rebounding guard, I think, in the history of the ACC, and certainly while he played. And those two together made an awful good backcourt.
And as you said, set the foundation for this program as R.J. Godfrey cashes in from short range. His dad, Randall Godfrey, spent 11 seasons in the NFL as a linebacker. Kelly bumped by Chase Hunter and still gets it to go.
One thing about Josh Pastner's team, they don't have any hangover effect. I mean, they're not playing, they haven't played as well as they like to tonight, but they'll come back and they'll look at film, and he's such a positive coach that the next outing, I guarantee you, they'll play a lot better and respond better.
Godfrey working out of the high post, has it go through his legs, and it comes to Moore. Pull up three, Kelly, yes. For Miles Kelly.
And again, you see Kelly right there, has some space, is able to knock it down. And the thing that creates space is transition, penetration. And when you get that space, you're able to get better looks at the basket.
His confidence continues to grow. 7 straight games now where he's been in double figures. He had 21 in that game against Iowa.
You know, there's some great cathedrals of basketball in this league. This is one, the Thriller Dome. You have, obviously, the Dean Dome, Cameron, Syracuse, and the Carrier Dome. I mean, this league has some great places and venues to play. And when this place gets rocking, it is as good as any place in the country. The fan base, the city of Atlanta, there's a lot to work with.
Dylan Hunter, no. Hall saves it. Tyson down the lane and gets 3 for 2.
Coach Burnell is really coaching. He doesn't care about the score right now. The guys are really playing well together. He's excited. This Clemson team is really playing extremely well tonight.
Die Hard. Good choice.
Only one I trust.
Imagine if everything had the reliability, durability, power of Die Hard. Die Hards choose Die Hard, and they get it at Advance Auto Parts.
What will you do? What will you change? Will you make something better? Will you create something entirely new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with the tools and expertise you need to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us.
Ow! So you think Santa will like these red and green M&Ms?
I don't know. I never met the guy. He does exist!
They do exist. Santa?
Hey, thanks for working through the holidays.
Clara, Dad says you're working over Christmas.
Here you go, Mrs. Parson.
Let me pay you.
No, you're not going to pay me.
We are the helping.
Holly, happy holidays, Clara.
Thanks for everything you do, Clara.
We couldn't let you be alone for Christmas.
We virtual streak.
Switch to Boost Mobile this holiday season and get a free Samsung Galaxy A23 5G phone featuring a quad camera and 6.6-inch display, powered by one of America's largest 5G networks. Switch to Boost and unleash your power.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
Net spend notification?
Yep, just got paid. Direct deposit to my net spend card.
Limited time offer of no monthly fees when you open a NetSpend All Access account with qualifying funding. Get started today at netspend.com.
Basketball, more basketball. 18 minutes away from tip-off. Gators and Sooners tag team action on this teaser. Kelsey Riggs, Maddie's nice.
Maddie is nice. Number 23 team in the country getting ready to play Florida at the Spectrum Center Jumpman Invitational. It has been a lot of fun. Perry and Coach. Back to you guys.
Jordan Kelsey, thank you. Hunter Tyson with a double-double tonight. 14 points, 13 rebounds. Clemson controlling the paint. They've got 48 points in the paint. Georgia Tech has 54 points overall. We talked early how coming into the game, Clemson, best three-point shooting team in the ACC. Georgia Tech, best defending the three as Coleman knocks it down. Clemson hasn't shot it well from the outside. It hasn't mattered.
No, I tell you, they've gone to the inside game. They played through P.J. Hall, and he's been able not only to score, but set up some other guys.
Hall's got 25. Backing down Howard. Anticipating the double. It doesn't come. Shoots over Howard. Tipped up to Moore. And And we'll get a foul on Clemson. It's on Tyson.
See, that's really not what Tech does well. They do a lot better when they go with their dribble handoff, when they run their flex action, where they work through the elbows with their post guys, and are able to control the game that way with their offense.
Debo Coleman, the highest-rated recruit of the Josh Pastner era, top 50 player out of high school. 3 minutes to go in regulation. Anish Shroff, Perry Clark, happy holidays, Merry Christmas. That time of the year, you get your holiday shopping done. What's on the shopping list for these two is they get ready to move into the new year and really the teeth of the ACC.
Well, I think Clemson has found the formula that works. And I think the biggest thing is staying close together and continuing to grow with what they're doing. They trust each other. I love the way they play defense. I mean, again, they did a good job of taking away a Georgia Tech team that likes to drive the ball. They did the same thing to Penn State. And so they're going to be a force, I think, if they can continue to develop, with P.J. Hall scoring in the inside and shooting the ball. I think that they're going to be an awful tough out.
And for Georgia Tech, they're still trying to find that identity offensively.
Well, I just think that they have to stay with the continuity that they have. And if they get behind, they can't get away from it. I think they have to find a way to get easy baskets. They really don't get a lot of easy baskets. Everything's a fist fight, every possession. And so you have to be able to do that.
Timeout Clemson after the Chase Hunter jumper. He's got 13. Hunter Tyson, 14 points, 13 rebounds, 5 double-doubles on the season for him.
He's really tough. He stays in movement. He understands. He spots up with jump shots real well. And he plays with a confidence that I think falls down to the other guys on the team. He never gets flustered, and he's always picking guys up. And so, it's just a very positive player and a positive teammate.
And this Clemson team, they're bigs. Tyson, P.J. Hall, excellent passers.
Well, they are. Physically, they're not overpowering. You look at them, they don't necessarily scare you, but their skill set is such that they can run good offense, they can execute things, and defensively, they have really picked it up. I'm telling you, the Penn State game, they did a tremendous job. They did a tremendous job here tonight against Georgia Tech defensively. They're a good ball club.
Yeah. You watch them on offense, too. Great spacing. Chase Hunter continues to get better in that point guard role. More to the left hand. And we get a foul down low. It's going to be on P.J. Hall. That's 4.
If they have any real weakness, rebounding the basketball. Now, they've done it by committee, but, no one is just a dominant rebounder. And so they may have one of those nights where they face a team that has a dominant rebounder, and they're going to have to really step up and play against that.
And you'll see a few of those in the ACC, especially North Carolina. Tomorrow, 7 Eastern, right here on ESPN2. Harvard goes to Fog Allen to take on defending champion Kansas. Ball went out of bounds. Hunter right in front of our broadcast position.
Good spacing, though, that time by Clemson. And they have not allowed Georgia Tech to try to double them or really pressure them out of what they wanted to run.
Sturdivant coming through drive-through. He's got a quick first step. A nice find after transferring from USC to Georgia Tech a few years back.
And he's played really well. I mean, and so it kind of gives you a starting point.
It doesn't go, but the offensive rebound tracked down by Moore. Here comes Terry down the lane, lefty layup good.
Anybody that knows Josh Pastner knows he's not going to ever be negative. He's going to be positive. He's going to get these guys back.
And barring something completely unforeseen, Clemson's probably going to win this game. And for Josh Pastner, you're searching for positives. You might be able to take this final segment of the game and say, hey, look, this is what we are capable of. Tech's made 6 of its last 8, trailed by as many as 23. 12-point game with 1:10 to go. Now the press and a foul on Kelly.
You know, as a coach, you know, Brad Brunell is really concerned because you've got this game, it seems like under control, but a couple turnovers and this thing can get away, and we've all seen that happen, and that's the greatest fear.
Foul was on Lance Terry.
Tigers substitution number 4, Ian Shepard.
They've taken Hall out of the game because of the 4 fouls, and they don't want him to pick up a 5th, not knowing how this thing may end.
I know how you coaches operate. Never say never, right?
No. You know, you've seen too much. You don't want to be on that bad beach.
Galloway's got 14. Clemson a perfect 9 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. Kelly, that was from the Tropic of Capricorn. Clemson gets it over the timeline. Galloway now lost it, and that'll be over and back. A turnover. 49 seconds to go. Clemson up 14.
That's one of those turnovers that the coach is hard to explain. You just want him to back it up and run some clock, and he lost it.
Did you see Galloway's expression? He looked over at his coach and he had the expression like, yeah, I know you're upset. I got you. Sturdivant, the pull-up. 14 for Sturdivant, a new season high. He had 13 over the weekend against Alabama State.
Now everybody's got to come to the ball, be strong with the ball.
Hunter gets bumped.
What happens a lot of times, the guy with the ball, like Hunter, he wanted to get fouled. He knew they were going to have to foul, so the better foul shooters like to hold on to it. The guys that can't shoot, trying to get rid of it real quick.
This is stats padding time. And Hunter gets the front end of the 1-and-1. 14 points for Chase Hunter. 4 Clemson players in double figures tonight. P.J. Hall leading all scorers with 25. Terry jacks it up. Shefflin grabs the rebound, and Clemson can dribble out the clock. Theoretically.
When you're up, you should tell your team, they still haven't surrendered, so we got to keep playing.
Perry, this Clemson team last year underperformed expectations. 10th in the ACC, 8-12 in league play, but 2-0 in conference play. You've coached in this league. You get off to a 2-0 start in conference, and those are 2 wins that are banked, they're in the vault, and they're sealed.
And they're very precious. And more important, I think the way Clemson is playing, I think they're doing the things that coach wants to do, and they're doing things that they game plan to do, and they're going to give a lot of people a lot of problems.
Final score from the Camish Pavilion, Clemson 79, Georgia Tech 66. The Tigers 2-0 in ACC play. The Yellow Jackets fall to 0-2 in conference. Georgia Tech came in with the reputation of defending the 3 as well as anybody.